What are some of the best champions for the X-Magica boost? Now, hello everybody. I start with a bit kind of like unsure about stuff because the way that Kabam have put this boost out, it's look, this video is kind of like putting together champion options to you that I recommend and also are just great champions overall that you might consider to either rank up, use, consider for your battle deck, consider as options, think about other quests, loosely Necropolis, but that's something again like Kabam don't clarify on. But I want to give you a bit of information, some opinion, and some thought processes on stuff. So look, we've got a new boost up at the moment, which is the Saga Champion boost. A bit of a confusion with this one, and I'm not 100% sure on how this is put together, because the boost has technically gone live early, but it's gone live for the Alliance War and event quest based stuff. But I think the proper one is coming. The reason I say that is that, as Kabam say, that this is March 6th when it comes out. And of course, today when I'm recording this is March 4th when the update has just gone live. So the new content, when it drops, will probably see the boost. The boost is meant to be for Alliance War attack, Battlegrounds attack, raid attack, Alliance quest, incursions, event quests, side quests, and arenas. So no Battlegrounds defense. And also Alliance Wars defense. There's none of that. But there are other things that really will benefit you and also some really cool options which we're going to go over in this video. So first of all, shout out to Misty K even. That's the wrong. It's late. I'm recording this at 11 PM tonight. Oh, honestly, sometimes Misty K. Oh, I've been saying Misty K because Misty K got us the screenshot yesterday. So lots of decent X-Magica options and Magic Thieves options that are going to be beneficial for you to choose from. Some really good champions. But what are some really decent options that I think you'd kind of like really benefit from? There's lots of thought process. I'm not just putting together like just a thing going, oh, this champion's good, blah, 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 blah. No, there's other things like consider Jabari Panther. Got a Korean challenge to do? Jabari Panther's in the mix for it. You know, there's Kate Bishop. Possibly thinking of Necropolis. We don't know 100% if Necropolis is going to be something that will benefit from the boost. Baron Zemo. We just had a Korean challenge with Baron Zemo. Bullseye. Bullseye. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. More of a defense, but we can throw that out. But then Battlegrounds tactics. The attack tactics. Hood. Sorcerer Supreme. Symbiote Supreme. Magic. Maybe. Let's have a look at it. So what I've put together is a little spreadsheet. This is available in the link in the description. It is from my upcoming March 2024 side quest guide. I might actually change these to more Saga orientated, but I will just put it monthly because I think it makes more sense. It's a work in progress. So even though you might kind of like, you know, look at it and go, well, what's this, Rich? This has got nothing. You haven't filled anything out. No, because I can't go forward in time, and also the extent of hours that I have to invest in order to create this guide. It takes time. It takes time. So normally it will be about Sunday after, like 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 days after content has gone live, as I slowly build out these tabs, just so we've got stuff. I am keeping on there the Winter of Woe Fight 1 and Fight 2, and I'll be adding Fight 3 to it. The reason being, it's options. What's important about options? When we get to the gauntlet, that we need all these options together to then go, right, well, let's create a master options gauntlet guide. Not a Paragon Gauntlet, that is on there, but with loads of placeholders. It says TBA and okay, of course. But look, I've made something called Best Champs for X-Magica Boost. I've put my top 10 recommendations to it, but also I've gone over some that I think are going to be very good as well. I've probably left out a few, but that's mainly because there's lots within this. But also there's a lot of champions that don't fit on there. So I'm not saying I'm putting every single champion on, but here's the thing. You don't have every single champion, or you don't have them at the specific like, hey, I'm going to go and take my Phoenix, which is in the list, into a Necropolis. You're not going to do that. Never going to do that. But there are some really decent options that play into different things, which we're going to go over in this particular video. So I'm going to start with, at random, Battlegrounds attack. As you know, we put out a guide about Battlegrounds attack, where Mystic-based champions are going to be key for you in some sort of capacity and in that particular list. And by the way, you can sort, if you go to tags and then you go to, I think it's Saga, Attack, and Defender. If we click both of them, yeah, then we get a list there of kind of the Mystic-based ones. These are going to be very much quintessential options for your Battlegrounds grind. Whether or not you're, and we did talk about this in a video, countering the counter. If some players go, oh, you're going to field, I'm going to field a Cosmic Champion. Oh, good, you've got a Mystic Champion that's going to be able to smash my Cosmic Champion. Yeah, well, instead, I'm going to field a Science Champion. Screw you, your Mystics. And that may be the case. It may not be. We'll have to see how the tactics kind of like look down the line. Werewolf by Night has been doing some amazing rounds of damage, and we've been seeing that over YouTube and such like. You've got Wiccan, you've got Black Widow, Clairvoyant, you've got easy access and benefiting from the X-Magica tag. So that's something as well to kind of like, note of interest. The same way that you can look at magic. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who's got a 5-star magic is going to be fielding an attack option, but if you can get a load of buffs on the enemy, smashing an SP3, then chances are you've obliterated that champion that was fielded as a defense option. Quite possibly, I don't know, I can't predict the future with it. But Symbiote Supreme as well can be another kind of viable option, which I don't think I'm going to be able to, well, I might rank it. I think I did. Yeah, I ranked 3 there. But I think that rank 4s are going to be like a better option, depending as well on who is fielded as a defense-based option for that. So that's Battlegrounds, okay? One thing that I personally like is, as I'm a big fan of dot damage, right? There's quite a few dot damage based champions that, if you don't know what dot damage is, damage over time. Damage over time debuffs, bleeds, poisons. But incinerates, cold snaps, bleeds in general are going to be great. Shocks and, incinerates. So you've got the likes of Black Widow, Deadly Origin. One of my personal favorites for getting into just utilization of just quick damage, and a champion that is going to be helpful in different areas. Whether or not that's not great about Battlegrounds, but other areas as well. Whether or not you're using this champion for content, it does mean that if you're looking to clear some things in, event quest, story mode, and as well, like, the monthly stuff, side quest, and if there's a Thronebreaker difficulty. There could be some of the champions within this list that factor into using in your Alliance Wars attack team. That could be of benefit. You're like, okay, well, this particular fight here, I normally do with, like Nick Fury. I use Nick Fury quite a bit on attack in Alliance Wars. So it may be a case I'll be using him because I like the easy access to bleeds. And a lot of the time, champions being fielded against me will have either mist mechanics or evade-based mechanics that this champion is going to be really good for. A lot of the time, I face off against Morbius, and believe it or not, I go against the tactic, but I'm finding that having a mist counter and class advantage and doing that bleed-based damage as well, and the get-out-of-jail-free card of the life model decoy is really helping out. The same way that you can look at dot damage and my personal favourite at the moment, which is Bishop. I've been using Bishop a lot for things like monthly quests, and also auto fighting because he's a rank 3 7-star. He's also been doing a lot of business, in incursions. Fight by fight, persistency, smash with an SP2, boom, job's done. Perfect. So that's another great option. But there's loads. If we're looking at a raw damage potential side of things, then you may be looking to the likes of your Cosmics. Cosmics have a huge amount of damage potential, and whether or not you're going down the route of Null, again, a great example. He's part of this, I believe. Odin, which is, again, another great option, can ramp up a lot of damage. But, of course, it's got to be Cosmic Ghost Rider. Now, Cosmic Ghost Rider does get very easy access to great damage based on buffs. The same way you could look at Xerxes. A lot of people do rate Xerxes. Shout out to Piccolo, who do kind of completely agree. Corvus Glaive, you may whip out your Corvus Glaive for this on, the attack boost. But don't rule out Adam Warlock, who's been doing some great numbers again on YouTube. There's plenty of videos out there that kind of like showcase him doing exponential amount of numbers. The same thing with Red Goblin and having a 7-star version. But of course, those are all on a similar level to the damage potential you can get from the likes of Domino. Now, it's another champion I've got to rank up. I've run out of gold. Gold problems, man. Feels bad. But yeah, running out of gold, it's a problem because I want to get my Domino, 6-star Domino, up to a rank 4 and a rank 5. Maybe Ascend as well. Just because that damage potential, that's a possibility with it. So that's all that, right? I want to now talk about some honourable mentions, and look, I'm not skirting through a lot of these particular champion options, as I want to make a quick kind of like video for people to come and see, rather than having something that's kind of about 15 to 20 minutes, but you know, quick snappy points on stuff. So my honourable mentions that I want to talk about are Scarlet Witch, of course. Scarlet Witch is one of my favourites. She could be good in Battlegrounds. She could be not. It just depends. Jabari Panther because of Karina's challenges. Deathless King Groot is something that will launch in Saga, so you'll be able to get hold of him towards the end, and that could be beneficial. It could be non-beneficial. We just don't know. We haven't been able to play with the champion. He's not on the CTB beta yet, so that's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Then there's... Hitmonkey. Sorry, I had a bit of a moment then. Hitmonkey, Killmonger, and Elsa Bloodstone, and Gladiator, which is going to be buffed in this month. Don't rule out Jabari Panther and Baron Zemo because of Karina's challenges, and that can be helpful if you're looking to do some of those trickier ones, which of course, have recently launched with it. And my top 10 honourable mentions, or top 10 champions that I personally are going to be backing and using, will be Domino, Nick Fury, Kate Bishop, Odin, Weapon X, Bishop, Hood, Werewolf by Night, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and of course, if I can get him, I am thinking about getting the crystals for him, with 3 units that I farmed, Serpent, and that's my 10 right there. What are your thoughts on some of these options? Will you be focusing in on them to use them in different areas? What have been your top 10 or top champions you're going to be utilizing or thinking about with the X-Magica boost? Thanks very much for watching this video. Check out some other content located on screen, and I'll see you all in another video. Bye-bye for now.